Potato farming and processing start to finish. Science, expertise, and sustainability are all combined in the lucrative agricultural endeavor that is potato growing. Given their versatility and widespread consumption, potatoes present a substantial economic opportunity for farmers worldwide. This thorough guide will help you develop a profitable potato crop by outlining all the necessary stages involved in potato cultivation and processing, from soil preparation to curing and packaging. Number 7. Soil preparation. Since soil preparation directly affects crop output and quality, it is the foundation of successful potato farming. To start, thoroughly test the soil to determine its pH, organic matter content, and nutritional levels, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Potatoes grow best in slightly acidic soils that vary in pH from 5.5 to 6.5. If your soil falls outside of this range, you may need to add lime or sulfur to raise or reduce the pH. After obtaining your soil analysis, plow the ground to a depth of 20 to 30 centimeters. This will help to promote root penetration and drainage by loosening up compacted layers and aerating the soil. The first plowing improves the soil's organic matter content and microbial activity by incorporating any leftover crop residues. After plowing, make sure there is adequate seed-to-soil contact, a critical factor in germination, by using a rototiller or harrow to create a fine seedbed. To improve fertility and moisture retention, add organic matter to the soil, such as compost or well-rotted manure. Furthermore, make sure the field is clear of debris and weeds, since these might compete with immature potato plants for vital resources, resulting in lower production and growth. Number 6. Seed potato preparation. A good yield depends heavily on the choice and handling of the seed potatoes. To ensure that your seed potatoes are high quality and free of disease, start by obtaining certified seed potatoes from reliable vendors. Examine the seed potatoes for firmness, and healthy eyes steer clear of any that exhibit rot or illness. To prepare the seed potatoes, chop the larger tubers into pieces that weigh between 50 and 100 grams apiece, making sure that every piece contains one or more live eyes. This technique encourages consistent growth and sprouting throughout your crop. After cutting, let the pieces cure in a cool, dark spot for 24 to 48 hours. This drying time helps create a protective callus on the cut surfaces, lowering the possibility of rot when planted. To further avoid soil-borne illnesses like silver or black scurf, think about applying fungicides or biological controls to your seed potatoes. In addition to increasing germination rates, proper seed preparation helps create stronger plants that are more resilient to environmental challenges like drought and pest pressure. Number 5. Planting. Planting is an important step that needs to be done carefully and at the right time to give your potato crop the best growing circumstances. When soil temperatures hit 7-10 degrees Celsius, 45-50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is usually in the early spring in many areas, that is the best time to plant. To provide proper air circulation and drainage, create elevated beds or furrows 50-60 centimeters apart. This spacing helps avoid waterlogging, which can cause tuber rot. Plant the seed potato pieces in each furrow at a depth of 5-7 centimeters, spacing them roughly 15-20 centimeters apart. This provides for adequate tuber development while reducing competition for nutrients and water among plants. For larger fields, think about utilizing a mechanized planter, which may ensure uniform planting depth and spacing while saving time and work. To ensure that there are no air pockets that could prevent germination, carefully press the dirt into the seeds after planting. Furthermore, keep a constant eye on the weather. If frost is predicted soon after planting, cover the rows with mulch or row covers to shield the growing shoots from the cold. Within 2 weeks, look for emerging plants on a regular basis. Healthy emergence is a sign of successful planting. Number 4. Irrigation and care. In potato cultivation, irrigation is essential, particularly during important growth stages like tuber production 60-90 days after planting. Potatoes need a constant moisture content to prevent stress on the plants. Keep the soil wet at approximately 65% of field capacity. Stress can cause physiological illnesses like hollow hearts or blossom end rot, as well as problems like malformed tubers. Install a productive irrigation system. Drip irrigation is frequently chosen over surface irrigation techniques like furrow or flood irrigation because it minimizes evaporation losses and provides water straight to the root zone. Tensiometers or moisture sensors can be used to measure soil moisture levels on a regular basis. Based on rainfall patterns and temperature fluctuations during the growth season, this information will help you choose when to water. Along with watering, keep an eye out for indicators of nutrient excess or deficiency in your crops, such as yellowing leaves, and modify your fertilizer techniques depending on soil testing and visual evaluations of plant health. Strategic fertilization is recommended during the early phases of growth. Apply fertilizers high in nitrogen, and after tuber bulking, switch to fertilizers high in potassium. Number 3. Weed and pest management. In order to maximize potato yields, weeds must be controlled because they compete with crops for nutrients, light, and water. Adopt an integrated weed management plan that blends mechanical techniques such as mulching or hoeing with cultural measures such as crop rotation and cover crops early in the growing season, when weeds are young and easier to control. In addition to inhibiting the growth of weeds, mulching helps maintain soil moisture and controls temperature in the root zone. As organic mulches like straw or grass clippings break down, they can also release nutrients into the soil. In order to manage pests, inspect your fields frequently for common pests like nematodes, wireworms, Colorado potato beetles, and aphids. Early infestation detection is essential to preventing significant issues from developing that could jeopardize the sustainability of your crop. Use integrated pest management (IPM) techniques that include cultural practices, crop rotation, biological controls, a beneficial insect introduction, pheromone traps for pest population monitoring, and chemical controls, insecticides as needed. Always adhere to local regulations regarding pesticide application rates and safety precautions. Keeping thorough records of insect populations, treatments used, and results will assist you in planning ahead for upcoming growing seasons. Number 2, harvesting. Potatoes must be harvested at the ideal time to maximize production and quality and reduce post-harvest losses. When your plants get close to maturity, they should start to show signs of maturity, which usually include flowering and then turning yellow in the foliage 8 to 12 weeks after planting. This indicates that the tubers have achieved their ideal size. Herbicides or hand pruning should be used to desiccate the foliage prior to harvesting. This permits tubers to mature deeper in the ground by strengthening their skins against bruising during harvest, a process called vine kill. When it is time to harvest, use specialized tools like harvesters or potato diggers that are made to carefully remove tubers from the ground without damaging them. Take care not to dig too deeply, as this could result in tubers being bruised or wounded by sharp objects. Harvest potatoes with care. Bruised or damaged tubers are more prone to rot in storage because of increased sensitivity at the locations of injury. Before transferring tubers into storage or processing facilities after harvest, check them for uniformity in size and quality. Sorting at this point guarantees that only produce of the highest caliber moves forward through your supply chain. Number 1, curing and processing. Harvested potatoes must be cured in order to extend their storage life. This process allows any small cuts made during harvesting to heal correctly before the potatoes are placed in long-term storage. Harvested potatoes should be kept for about 2 weeks in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated area about 10 degrees Celsius/50 degrees Fahrenheit. This helps to toughen the potatoes' skins and reduces moisture loss through evaporation, both of which are important factors in preventing decay during storage periods, which can last several months depending on market demand. Following the curing process, give the potatoes a thorough wash with clean water to get rid of any dirt, debris, and leftover pesticides. Then sort the potatoes according to size and quality. Discard any tubers that are damaged or diseased at this point to avoid spoiling during storage or sale. In a market where competition is fierce, holding high standards for quality control is essential for customer satisfaction and brand reputation. When the potatoes are sorted, package them according to your market strategy. Retail packaging for grocery stores or bulk bins for wholesale markets are some options. Make sure the potatoes are correctly labeled with pertinent information like the variety name Russet Burbank, weight classifications small/medium/large, best before dates if relevant, nutritional information if required by law, and storage instructions keep in a cool, dark place. Handling this phase correctly not only protects quality but also makes customers happier when they buy your product. These thorough methods will help you create a successful potato farming and processing business that increases productivity while guaranteeing high-quality food. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.